disabilities should be normalized nowadays in 2020, and deaf people should not be excluded from activities. So if you can, you should make the effort to put subtitles in your videos and just to make them feel included. So I was, but I'm happy that I've been able to get over it. Hey everyone, it's Toyosi Luke here once again. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. It's so lovely to catch up with Luke again, following on from our previous videos from our YouTube channel. So if you kind of want to have an idea of what we did previously, go check out our YouTube channel, Mr. Luke Christian and Toyosi Luke. Let's get straight into the video.
Hi everyone, my name is Luke and I am one of Phonak hEARos. It's really nice to be able to team up with her again. And we have done a video as well where we answered some questions from our followers, but in this social distancing video we're going to be answering some questions that were put to us by Phonak, so stick around and keep on watching.
Okay, so the first question is, what age were you when your parents discovered that you had hearing loss? So I was 4 years old when my parents noticed that I had problems with my speech. So from there, they took me to a speech therapist, and then they later found out when I was 5 that I had hearing loss, and that was when I started wearing hearing aids.
Now I feel like I was a bit of a late bloomer with this one because growing up, and I've spoken about this before in other videos as well that you can watch after this one, but I always really found it hard because I didn't know which world that I fitted in. So I always, and what I mean by like what world did I fit into, I mean the hearing world and the deaf world. So growing up, you know, it was hard like in terms of my self-confidence, and I was very shy and introverted, and in a way I still am now, but definitely my confidence has grown. So I feel like it was only when I was about 23 or 24 when I started to feel confident with my hearing aids, and you know, my love for fashion really started to grow, and you know, wear earrings to show off my hearing aids and like accessorize and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say that it definitely came on at a later point for me in my life. Question 2, how do I maintain this confidence? And I think that is all down to my own security with my deaf identity, and I really do not care what people have to say about me being deaf and things like that, because at the end of the day it's all about how you feel that really matters, and yeah, I don't think anyone can take that away from you. So I maintain it just by trying to keep positive, and it's almost like it's just a part of me, but it's not all me, you know, it doesn't take over everything that I do within my life and stuff like that, because I try to just carry on like my daily life and things and not be consumed by it all.
So I grew up in a country like Nigeria, and it's in Africa, and it's a country where hearing loss is not really common, so there were a lot of negative connotations attached to it. So it was really hard for me to accept myself for who I was and for who I am. How I gained confidence was realizing that I can't change my disability, and I am the way that I am. I'm gonna be like this forever. You know, we never know, but in the time being, I have so many opportunities ahead of me, such as, you know, working with Phonak and creating awareness for people like myself who don't have opportunities to grow up with others like themselves. And I just want to give others that opportunity, and I want to give them the chance to be able to overcome their disabilities from a young age. So I would say I gain confidence just by accepting myself for who I am. Next question is, how do you maintain this confidence? Now, this is a very hard question because I think Deaf Awareness Week was 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I was so upset. I really wasn't feeling like myself. I didn't really want to come out and post and be fake and be like, oh my god, I'm so happy to have hearing aid. I'm so happy to, you know, have this disability. I just wasn't feeling up to it. So I maintain it by telling myself that being confident is not a day's journey. it's something that you're going to battle with for the rest of your life. So how I maintain it is by just accepting the fact that I'm going to have down days, and that's completely fine, but it doesn't make me any less of a person that I am, and it makes me embrace myself on those days where I'm actually feeling down and not feeling up to it. And yeah, that's basically it.
It's actually alright just having peace and quiet and not having to listen to shocking people all the time.
I
want to apologise for the state of my appearance because we are in lockdown, so I have let myself go slightly. You know, the facial hair and my hair is so chuffing long at the minute, but whatever.
Another way I maintain this confidence is by tying my hair up. Believe it or not, when I grew up, I didn't used to tie my hair up. I was so shy to do that. I became a Phonak hero, and honestly, I will always say this is one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I would never have imagined me posting myself with my hair tied up on Instagram and showing the world that, oh, she has a disability. Oh, she's disabled. Oh, she has hearing loss. You know, different things like that. Because when you put yourself out there, you are giving people the opportunity to let you know their opinions about you and about your disability. So I think maintaining it is by just rising above everything, rising above all the negativity, all the talk, and realizing that I'm beautiful, I'm worthy, and my worth is not determined by my exterior but by my intrinsic worth.
Another thing that I do for self-care when it comes to my deafness is sometimes in the morning, if I'm just in the house and I'm working on my business and whatnot, I won't actually put my hearing aids in until like maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and you know, I'll wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I go all that time without putting my hearing aids in. And I think sometimes that's a good way, as I said before, to let the air in and just, you know, let the wax sort of break down. And sometimes I don't feel like I need to put the hearing aids in, you know, all the time, especially if I'm just by myself. Fourth and final question is, have you ever felt shame when it comes to your deafness? And the answer is, unfortunately, yes I have. So I experienced this mainly when I was in mainstream school, which was a hearing school from year 7 halfway through to year 9 before I went to a deaf boarding school. But during that time from year 7 halfway through to year 9 at the hearing school, I definitely felt it because in primary school, obviously, you're a kid and you don't really care and you don't really see like people's differences and stuff like that. But then when you go to a high school, you like thrown into the deep end sort of thing, and I was the only deaf person in the whole school. So going in at year 7, being the only deaf person, you know, all the way through until 6th form, which is like year 13, was a huge shock for me, and it was something that I really struggled with because people made me feel different, you know. So it was a hard time, but yeah, as I've gotten older, and this relates back to the first question, which was how did you get confident with it? It just comes with time.
Don't use cotton buds. I promise you that tingling feeling is not worth it in the long run. When you use cotton buds, I was told by the doctor, it pushes the earwax back down into your ear, and it got to a point where my ears were blocked with wax and I couldn't hear anything for quite some time. So I had to go to the doctors for them to remove the earwax through a suction machine, and from then I've been so scared. So every time I see cotton bud, I always think twice. So that's the first thing that I do. The second thing I do is when I'm sick, and the doctor wants to give me antibiotics, I always cross-check and make sure that, you know, it's the right antibiotics and it's not going to affect my hearing. When my hearing aid batteries die, I always have it in here along with my spare hearing aids in case there's a malfunction or something, like water pours on this one, which is very unlikely, but just in case. Sometimes when I swim, I always make sure that my ears are clean afterwards, just to make sure that I don't get any infections. And the last thing that I do, which my mom hammers me about 24/7, is that I don't listen to loud music with my earphones. So I try not to wear earphones. You rarely catch me wearing earphones, only when I'm underground on the London Underground trains, but apart from that, it's very unlikely. On to the last point. I have experienced shame in the past because of my hearing loss, and I felt the same way. So yes, I have. When I was growing up, I was bullied a lot in secondary school. So that's from about the age of, let me say 11, I think 10, till about when I was 14. I was bullied and I couldn't go for breaks. I would stay in my the toilets in school and just cry. So I have felt the same way, and I battled with it for a long time. I held the grudge against those people up until I think last year. So I finally let it go, and that was as a result of accepting myself for who I am. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.
I really hope you've enjoyed watching it, and it was lovely to do this video again with Toyosi. As I said before, we have done YouTube videos together on my personal channel, Mr. Luke Christian, and then her personal channel as well, Toyosi Alexis. So make sure that you check them out. Make sure that you check out my other videos as well on the Hearing Like Me channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you've liked it, and I'll see you next time.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future